Good morning, party people, anglers everywhere. Welcome to the Twin Ports with my good buddy, aka Sherpa, Eric Hall. And we're about to try to see if we can catch some walligators. It's an early bite. We're getting close to the new year now. 10 inches of ice. We're going to be fishing a plethora of jigs. We're going to find out what they like. It's been a, switch and go as you needed, but we're fishing shallow water, so we got it kind of quiet. So as we get going, we'll get going. So we're kind of setting up on some shallow water, and it's a big, expansive flat. There's really no rhyme and reason where you set up, but what is important is to utilize both options of a dead stick and a jig stick. And you want to have them in close proximity. So right here we're jigging, attracting fish of course, and if they're not hitting the jig, there's a good chance they're going to go take a look at the dead stick, and that's actually what we've been having a lot of success on so far. Also, I mean, there's no reason to go out and pound a bunch of Swiss cheese holes, because all you're really doing is pushing fish around and spooking them. It's best to just stay put on this big expansive flat. These fish are kind of meandering around, and you want them to come to you. So being quiet, and just having a jigging cadence and close proximity to other baits options gives the best advantage to catching these fish. So that's what we do here in the St. Louis River for early ice, and it seems to pay off for us in the long run. Yes. You don't have to go to Lake of the Woods to catch these size fish. They're right here in the confines of Duluth, Minnesota. Oh, 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 oh. I used to play football, do you know that? Anyway.
Hands. You got those hands.
I got... No, I don't. Back to the resource. Thanks. Calm, relaxed he is. I mean, what an angler. I mean, you represent... Oh, look at that. Just beautiful work. He's a better fisherman than me.
Well.
Nursery. Now we caught some good fish. I want great fish. This is him. Okay, get ready. We're in for the long haul now.
Mr. Sturgeon.
Mr. Sturgeon. Hopefully it'll just be a smaller fish so we can manhandle, but we got to get the other lines up for sure, Sherpa.
Maybe just talk a little bit.
So what's really nice about St. Louis River is this is a prime bonus fish to catch, and they've come back with a vengeance on the river. I mean, the DNR has done a pretty good job of recuperating what used to be one of the best sturgeon fisheries in the world, and it got decimated by all the pollution and whatnot and over harvesting back in the old days. But we protected them, and it wasn't that long ago that you couldn't even fish for them, but now you can fish for them. I think maybe 3 years ago you could start legally going for. It's still catch and release only, but you know what? You don't have to go to the rainy lake or rainy river, sorry, to tangle with these. I mean, they're right here in the St. Louis River in Duluth, and they are a fun fish to catch. There's two things in fishing. What are they?
Patience.
And? Patience and patience. Which we're exercising pretty good today. Okay, stop. Lift up, real easy. I think it's just the... Yep. Oh!
Nice.
Well, still looking for some bigger walligators, but you know what? As they say, we'll take what we can get. Got that one on a buckshot rattling glider in the color of gold. And a minnow head. And I mean, this one was aggressive. We've had a lot of fish come and be real timid to come off the bottom, but this one came in and he had one thing on his mind, and that was food. So those are the fish we're looking for, and it kind of blends in with the type of, hopefully the type of afternoon we're going to have, where we'll see more and more of these throughout the rest of the day. Working on it. It's called the Minnesota Release. So one kind of a key tip I like to share with people is that the size of the spoon and the profile I'm using dictates what kind of minnow I want to choose out of the bucket. So here we got kind of a smaller Northland buckshot glider in the color of gold. Gold's really good for the waters we're fishing today on the St. Louis. Kind of matches the color clarity, but I don't want to use the biggest minnow head in there. I kind of want to go for a middle-sized minnow, so I'm liking, maybe this rainbow here. And the way I like to hook these babies is gooey and gross. Gooey and gross is a good thing. Fish love it. So I like to put the hook right through kind of the hard skeleton part. That keeps it from, slipping off. And then when I pinch off my minnow, I'm going to pinch it off not at the head, but kind of halfway down the body. And then I'll take my fingers and I'll squeeze out all that gooey, gross, yummy, icky stuff. And so see how that intestine stuff comes out of there? It leaves a lot of scent in the water and attracts a lot of fish. And then from there, my fingertips are full of that gross, gooey stuff, so I'll kind of rub and do that. Fish love it. That gives a lot of attractant to the water, and it brings in fish, and when they bite, they generally don't want to let go. So, yummy! The shallow water, I mean, it's right now. We're in 7 feet of water. You mark it for like a 1/10 of a second, and all of a sudden it's boom, it's game on, which is really, really fun bite. I mean, it's not fishing like Mille Lacs or Lake of the Woods where you're fishing maybe 20 feet of water. We're in, 4 to 7 feet of water. So awesome bite, man. The walleye fishing out here on the St. Louis River is really no different than any other body of water when it comes to a great walleye bite early ice and a great walleye bite late ice. You have them kind of slower afternoons and days throughout the, New Year, January, February. I mean, you got to kind of get creative and innovative in your approach and use think outside the box to get fish to go. But usually, we're kind of at the tail end of the early ice bite, so we're still catching fish. But it's important to be out here and spend time on the water. So what I mean is the most productive times are early in the morning and later in the afternoon, those low light periods. No different than anywhere else. After dark hours, I mean, you're not going to get a lot of fish, but I do encourage you, if you're going to come out, the days are shorter in the wintertime anyway, so spend the whole day out. Sit up from sun up to sundown. It's not going to be, 10, 11 hours. And if you pay that kind of time and investment into your day, you will find success. Like they say, you're not going to catch them on the couch.